Welcome to the Sunrise Yoga Project. This is the purely gentle way to come into your day so that you can feel good and have a great day. And my name's Emily, and we're here at my house again. I got my a different laptop working, so I'm happy to be here, and we will start with our meditation. So you can find a comfortable seat, either on your mat or lying down or on the couch, wherever you're comfortable. I like to bring a blanket and place it around my shoulders, or you can sit up onto a bolster or a block. So we always start with our 5-minute meditation and then move into our 20-minute asana practice. And it's nice just to ground down and come into your breath at the start of class. So you can place your hands down on your knees with your palms down or your palms facing up to receive energy, down to bring the energy inwards. You can place your hands resting down in your lap with your palms one on top of the other. And sitting up tall, lifting the chest, relaxing the shoulders, tucking your chin. Your head feels weightless. And breathe. In and out through the nose. Start to notice how that feels. And paying attention to your inhales and your exhales. Notice your belly rise as you inhale and draw in as you exhale. Now notice your mind. How are you feeling this morning? What brought you to your mat this morning? And letting go of all the reasons why you're here, and just breathe. In and out through the nose. So it doesn't matter how you got here. All that matters is the now. And how you feel in this moment. Breathing. And gently in and out through the nose. And just watching your breath. And draw into the lungs, expanding the chest. And exhaling out of the lungs, out of the body. Inhale, filling up. And exhale, letting go. And take one more breath. Fill to the top. Exhale. All of the air out. And start to breathe normally again. Relaxing the jaw and the eyes. Relaxing the shoulders and the hips. And then slowly starting to awaken the body again. Moving the hands and the toes. Moving the shoulders. And slowly open the eyes. I'll move this blanket off to the side. So if you have any props or bolsters, you can move them to where they need to go and then come back to seated. Then from here, place your hands on your knees. Hold onto your knees, and then we'll start to draw ourselves in circles, coming over to the right, drawing our chest around, and then exhale, coming back. Inhale, come forward, big circles. Exhale, draw back. Just follow your own breath, getting some movement in the hips, the spine, shoulders. Following your own breath, inhale. As you come forward, exhale. As you come back. And then switching directions, going around the other way. Inhaling, coming forward, and exhale, drawing back. And moving as fast and slow as you'd like. You can smile as you do so. It feels really good. So always moving in a way that feels good for you. Coming back to center. Inhale, both hands up over your head. And exhale the left hand over to the left. Reach your right hand up towards the sky. And then exhale, start to come down. You can gaze up towards the right hand or you can gaze down. Inhale, coming back up. Reach both hands up. And then exhale, come over to the right with their left hand reaching up. Relax the left shoulder. Keeping the chest open. Feeling a stretch on the left side. Keep your left hip grounding. Relax the left shoulder. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, release the hands and interlace your fingers behind your back. Reach your hands down and away from you, drawing your chest forward. And then slowly start to come forward. As you draw your chest down, keeping your fingers interlaced. And then when you've reached your edge, you can start to draw your hands up a little bit higher towards the sky. One big deep breath in, reach your hands up. Exhale, slowly start to come back. Use your core, release the arms. Give your wrists a little shake one way and then the other. Nice. Okay, and then from here we'll roll over knees and come onto all fours. And then bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath the hips. From here, tucking the toes and lifting the hips up for downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, lift the hips high, come up onto the toes, draw your chest back towards your thighs. Keep your arms super strong as you ground your heels down towards the mat, keeping your hips lifted, keeping your core engaged. Creating space in the collarbone. Creating space between the ears and the shoulders. Inhale, coming into plank pose. So your hands stay underneath the shoulders here. You might need to draw your heels back a little bit, bringing your toes right underneath the heels. Draw the crown of your head forward. You can always come onto your elbows for this, but try to stay up onto your toes for as long as you can. Keep drawing your lower belly in and up. Lengthen out through the tailbone. Press back, downward facing dog. And always breathing. And always in and out through the nose. So when we make these minor changes in poses like plank, it helps to create space in the vertebrae, starting to lengthen out the body, starting to strengthen the entire body. Right alignment, keeping ourselves safe and breathe. Inhale, coming back into plank pose. Exhale, slowly start to lower, coming down into chaturanga, keeping your elbows in close to the body. Exhale, press back up, back to downward facing dog. And exhale here. You can always do that on your knees. We'll do it one more time, slowly coming back into plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, use your core, use the strength of your arms, coming down, chaturanga. Exhale, press back up and back to downward facing dog. Couple of deep breaths. You can walk out your dogs, warming up the hips and the legs. And gaze up at the hands and just gently walk yourself forward. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen out the spine. And exhale and fold. And then bend your knees. And then place your hands underneath your feet into Padahastasana, hands to feet pose with your toes up into your wrist crease, and keep your chest pressing down against your thighs as you start to straighten out your legs, relaxing the shoulders, massaging the hands with the toes if that feels good, giving some release there from our downward facing dog and our plank. Keep lifting the hips up, drawing your belly button closer to the legs, lifting the hips up, chest drawing closer to the legs. Legs are working towards straight. And slowly release that. Bring your hands to your hips and exhale, come all the way up. And shake it out a little bit. Coming up to standing. Standing with your feet about hip distance apart. We'll move into sun salutation A just to get the body moving a little bit more. Inhale, reach the arms up. Lift the chest, start to lean back. Exhale, start to come forward, drawing your hands to heart center, come down. Inhale, lift up, gaze forward. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back, plank pose. From here, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, strong legs, upward facing dog, lift the chest. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. You can take 2 more long ujjayi breaths in and out through the nose. Filling up the chest, the back side of the body. Exhale, letting it go. And then inhale, gaze up at the hands. Step your right foot all the way forward between the hands. Yeah. And then lower the back knee down towards the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift up into your thigh. Grounding down into the mat, but lifting up out of the waist. And reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Start to open the shoulders a little bit more as you lift the heart. Start to lean back. Draw your hands down and away from you. Keep sinking into the left hip as you lift your chest up towards the sky. Again, creating that space between the vertebrae to lean back a little bit more. And slowly start to come back up. Release the hands. Inhale your arms up over your head. And then exhale, start to bring your hands down. Framing the foot. Tuck the back toes. Step back into downward facing dog. Deep breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Step the left foot between the hands. Lower the knee. Inhale, come up onto the thigh. Sinking into the hip, squaring off both hips, drawing the right hip slightly forward, left hip slightly back, and reach your arms up towards the sky, relaxing the shoulders, lifting up out of the waist. Exhale, release the hands, interlace the fingers behind the back. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. You can always hold opposite elbows if it becomes too much for the shoulders. Sinking into the hips, lifting up, chest. Working into that right hip flexor now. Drawing our hands down and away. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, start to draw back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw back. Inhale, slowly coming up back to center. Release the hands. Reach your hands all the way up overhead. And then exhale, your hands down, framing the foot, and then stepping the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths. One more inhale. One more releasing exhale. Inhale, gaze up at the hands, and then step your left foot all the way forward, but stay high in your lunge. Just draw your left foot back a little bit, staying super strong here. And then inhale, come up onto the thigh. You can gaze down at the ground for balance. Or for a challenge, you can reach your arms up overhead and gaze up towards your hands. Keep sinking into the hips, right knee over top of the right ankle. Gaze up towards your thumbs if you have your arms up overhead. Slowly reach back, interlace the fingers. Lift the heart, sink the hips, straighten out the back leg a little bit more. Lean back, lift up. Slowly come back to center. Bring your hands all the way down. Step back, downward facing dog. And you can walk out your dog. Whatever you need to do. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, gaze up at the hands, and then step your left foot all the way up and through. Drawing your right foot back a little bit. Again, lengthening out the hip flexor on the right side. Inhale, come up onto the thigh. Yeah. Draw your right hip forward. Sink into the hips. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. You can smile. Gazing up, the thumbs sink down a little bit more, straighten out the back leg. Release the hands, interlace the fingers. Drawing your hands down and away, lifting the chest, sinking the hips. Lifting the chest, drawing back. Inhale, back to center. Reach your arms up. Exhale, come down. Step back. Downward facing dog. And then bring your knees down, feet together. Have a child's pose. Release the shoulders so you can let your forearms rest down onto the mat. Or you can bring your knees together and let your arms rest alongside body. Whatever's more restorative to you at this moment. Giving yourself this time to slow down. Let your head rest down into the mat. And then slowly bringing your hands back underneath the shoulders, lifting up into tabletop position, and then coming around to one side and straightening out the legs. And then from here, bringing your feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana. Keep your feet together from here, and then hold onto the feet. Ensure that you're sitting on the front side of your sit bones so that you're not leaning back into your pelvis. So if you think about your pelvis being full of water, it's not dumping backwards, be dumping forward. So you can sit up onto a block for this too, if you'd like, but just noticing that adjustment and then holding there if that's as far as you can go. Letting the hips open up over time. And then exhale, slowly start to come down. Always on your own breath. Letting your body loosen, become a little bit more open with each inhale. Letting go on each exhale. Allowing space in the body to come down. Maybe someday resting your head down onto your toes. And again, lengthening out the spine and then coming down. So you're drawing your crown of your head forward. And then creating that space for the vertebrae to move deeper, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, slowly coming back up. And then bring your hands behind your back and bring your feet about mat distance apart and just windshield wiper the legs. Okay. And then from here, bringing your feet to the mat, bringing your arms out in front of you. We'll use our core to slowly lean back. Keep the chest lifted. Slowly on your own time, coming all the way down. Try not to just roll all the way back. Very controlled. Challenging yourselves to come all the way down. And then from here, bring your palms down. Draw your feet up as close as you can to your hips, about hip distance apart. And then we'll move into bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips up. And then you can start to walk your hands underneath the body, interlace the fingers behind the back. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together, tucking one shoulder underneath the body, and then the other. Lift the chest. Again, draw the crown of the head back towards the back of the mat. Draw the arms down and away as you squeeze them together. Start to press out through the knees, feeling length on the thighs, strong hamstrings. Lift a little bit higher. And then slowly release the hands first. And then bring yourself all the way down one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then bring your knees up to the sky and come into happy baby. Holding onto the feet from the outside. Draw your knees towards the armpits. Relax the spine, the neck, the jaw, the eyes. Letting your knees sink down towards the earth. And keep breathing in and out through the nose. And rock around from side to side. And then slowly release the feet, but keep the knees into the chest. Shift your hips over to the right a little bit. Draw your hands out to a T and let your knees fall over to the left, coming into a supine twist. Just passively letting our body open up. So relax the core, relax the shoulders, gaze over the right arm. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Shift your hips over to the left, and then let your knees fall over to the right. You can place your right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Gaze over the left arm. And come back to your breath again. Slowly inhale, coming back to center. And give yourself one last big hug in. Squeeze yourself as tight as you can. Thanking yourself for being here now. And then slowly start to straighten out your legs. And straighten out your arms. Palms facing up. Allowing the shoulders to open. And heart to open. Resting in Shavasana for about a minute. Always knowing that you can stay longer, or you can continue your asana practice, or you can continue with me. Starting to scan the body, relaxing from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Relaxing each fingertip, letting them curl in naturally towards the hands. Breathe normal. Acknowledging any of the thoughts that come into your mind and then letting them pass by as clouds passing in the sky. And if you're finishing the class with me, starting to breathe a little bit deeper. Wiggling the fingers, the toes. And take a deep breath in and reach your arms up overhead. Give yourself a big good morning stretch. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. And roll over to your right side, resting in fetal pose. And keeping your eyes closed, you can come all the way up to seated. Coming back to where we started and finishing the class here. Come back to cross-legged if that feels good. Easy sitting pose, wherever you'd like to finish your asana practice and your meditation. It all becomes part of our yoga practice. And bring your hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra. And breathing. Relaxing the shoulders, pressing your thumbs into your heart center, feeling the connection between your thumbs and your heart. And bow your head down towards your fingertips. Namaste. So again, thank you all for being here today, and thank you for being patient with us as we get everything sorted out for the rest of the videos. We really look forward to being here for the rest of the week, and Kevin and Lara will be teaching tomorrow, and I'm really excited for that. So that's in Mexico. Woo! All right, I hope you all have a great day today. Bye.